Hello and welcome back to Literally Heinous. We have a very special guest on the phone. Olivia Munn and John Hamm's show, Your Friends and Neighbors, is actually about my guest here because I have my friend and neighbor, Mackenzie Oster, here. Hi, Mackenzie.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to have you on. Mackenzie and I met through a friend of a boyfriend's friend's sister.
That's so true.
And then discovered that we are neighbors. So we've been hanging out. Mackenzie and I live right around the corner from each other. Mm-hmm. And we've just been friends for a few months, and I discovered what a fabulous girl she is. So I just knew that the Lit Hein listeners had to have her.
That's so nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so Mackenzie, tell us a little bit about you. We're both ATL girls, so just give us a little bit of your background.
Yes. So from Atlanta, born and raised, 20 minutes north of Atlanta, Johns Creek, to be exact.
Yeah, who's Creek?
Should preface. But yeah, so grew up there, went to school at the University of Pittsburgh. So I lived in Pittsburgh for 4 years. And then I moved straight here after. Yeah.
Okay. And Mackenzie's a writer. So she has a pretty secretive job, and we're not able to talk about it on here, but just know that it's really cool. But Mackenzie does work in the New York Times area.
Yes.
Can I say that?
Yeah, that's fine.
In the Times Sphere. She also does some work for New York Times Style Magazine Social. Mm-hmm. So if you follow T Magazine, that's New York Times Style Magazine. Mackenzie does a lot of their social media copy, right?
Yes. I love that you know all this. I didn't even tell you any of this.
What do you mean? It's on your story.
Yeah, okay.
So follow her on Instagram where you can see some of her writing. She also writes poems, and she has a new Substack too that is a work in progress, but I recommend getting in on the ground floor before it blows up.
Thank you. Yeah, it's in the very beginning phases, but I'm hoping to expand. So more to come.
And Mackenzie's just sort of like a fabulous girl. She's a single gal in the city, and as a withered old, girl such as myself, it's always nice to be around fun, young, single people. So today we're going to be talking about dating.
Yes.
We're going to talk about dating in the city, and we're going to be talking about online dating. Okay, so talking about dating apps, and what do you use mostly?
Okay, so I'm only on Hinge, but I haven't been on any other dating app since college. In college, I was on Tinder.
Okay.
And Hinge, but
crazy.
But I did dabble in Tinder in college. Not anymore. I think I'm too old now.
Yeah. Tinder was the first dating app, I think. I remember when online dating, in the early 2000s, it was this really weird thing. Mm-hmm. Where I remember a lot of sitcom shows like How I Met Your Mother and stuff like that would have episodes about online dating, but it was always so weird because it was eHarmony and Match.com, and then Tinder came out and
eHarmony.
Remember eHarmony?
Yes. Forgot about it until now, actually.
eHarmony lives in my brain.
Yeah, that's good.
They oh my god, they kind of fumbled.
Yeah, they did.
Because then it was Tinder, mm-hmm. and then I think Bumble was after that.
Yeah.
And then Hinge came around in 2020.
Yeah, I feel like when I was on Hinge in college, it was just started to come around the corner.
Yeah.
So, and now it's the app I think that people mostly use.
So describe Hinge to some of our listeners that maybe don't use it.
Okay, Hinge, obviously online dating app. You create a profile and you can go through and like people, and then you can also see people that like you. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't the whole point of Hinge, or was it Bumble, that only women?
That was Bumble.
Okay,
yeah.
So Hinge is not that. So women can message first and men can message first, and anybody. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing a really bad job of describing it.
I feel what Tinder was you just swipe
right,
that was the infamous swipe right, swipe left, and then if you both swipe left, or what's the good one?
If you swipe left, it's a no. If you swipe right, it's a yes. But Hinge is just you like people.
Yeah.
And if you like somebody and they like you back, then you match.
Yeah.
And then you can message.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so with Tinder, you could only have maybe 5 pictures and then just a bio.
Right.
And your bio would just be, whatever you wanted in it. And then Bumble came around, and then that was the same thing as Tinder, but only girls could message first.
Yes.
And that was cool for a minute, but it just women, I feel are programmed to just not really want to make the first move. Sorry if I'm being kind of sexist.
I mean, I think it's just societal, yeah.
But I think it's just I don't know. So I know that people still use Bumble. And then also shout out Bumble BFF.
I was going to say that, actually. I was like, I don't know if this is off topic, but I've never used Bumble for dating, but I did do Bumble BFF.
Okay, when? Here?
Yeah, I did it when I first moved here, which was like 3 years ago. I should have said that earlier. Mm-hmm. But, and I only met one girl off of it, and she is so cool. And like, we still keep in touch sometimes. So
yeah. Zoe, my best friend, and I, when we lived in Detroit together, we were like scraping the bottom of the barrel for friends. It was literally just me and Zoe and like Jack and his like scraggly friends. So we like needed some girls in our life. So we did Bumble BFF our first year in Detroit, and it was just horrible. Like there was no, like we made some friends off of it, but what I hated was that there was no accountability for like flaking or just like not showing up. And because there's no mutual friends. Like when you make a new friend, usually there's some sort of like accountability, like a mutual friend, or like, so if you do something shitty, like you're inclined to like, you know, hold up your end of the bargain, but there was no accountability. And the girls would like come to what we invited them to, but just like not. And then we'd like be seeing their stories and they'd be like going out with other people. And I'm like, well, first of all, why are you on Bumble BFF if you seem to have this thriving other friend group, you know? And also like we invite you out. So, like, why aren't you inviting us to what you do?
Right. It should be in return.
So, we gave Bumble BFF, like, one more chance our second year in Detroit when we moved to a new house. Mm-hmm. And we both made accounts. Like, she met this one girl, and I was, like, so strict about it. I was like, if this girl cancels on us, you're done. Like, I'm not doing the flakery, whatever. And we were, like, getting out of the door to like meet this girl, and she texted Zoe like, oh my god, like horrible news. And I'm like, immediately fuck this bitch.
Yeah.
She's like, I just got rear-ended. And we were like, oh, are you okay? And she was like, yeah, like there wasn't any damage, but I'm just like really freaked out, so I have to go home. Like, let's hang out again. And she never reached out again. But then our saving grace, like I met one other girl, Reagan, who we're still best friends with to this day. Like we love her so much. And Reagan was, like, our Bumble BFF hero. And now we're just, like, the three of us are really close. And Reagan's boyfriend just got into Yale master's program. So Reagan's only going to be, like, an hour and a half away.
Nice.
In September.
That's so exciting.
Yay.
Okay, we love a Bumble success story.
I know. Okay, so that was that. So then when Hinge came around, Hinge was really special because it had, like, prompts.
Right.
And it was, like, questions that you could pick from. Like, what are some examples?
Yeah, so like one of them is like, meet me here, and then you can do like a picture, and another one is like me during fashion week, and you can do a picture. Can I like have a reference?
Okay. Like there's stuff like our first date, or like
those are the picture ones.
Okay, so there's like picture prompts and then like text prompts, so you don't have to like pull a bio out of your ass, you know, like you can kind of be like fall into like a more, I don't know what the word is.
Yeah, and you can say as much or as little as you want. So, like, one of the prompts is, like, my greatest strength. Another one is the way to win me over is. Yeah. And then one of them is I go crazy for. Yeah. And, I mean, there's a bunch of them. But, so you have to have 1, 2, 3. So you have to have 6 pictures and then 3 word prompts. Yeah. And you can also do video prompts. You can also do voice prompts. Oh, okay. You can also do polls. Oh. So, yeah, there's a lot of options. Yeah. For customization.
Yeah. So how are you finding, like, dating in New York?
Well, I haven't been dating in New York very long. I've only been dating in New York for, like, the past year. So I'm pretty new. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, people say that dating in New York is terrible. Like, people say that the pool is, like, really bad, that I've heard so many horror stories. And it's crazy because there's so many people here that you would think, like, New York is the place to be to date. My personal opinion, I don't really know. I feel, like, neutral. I don't feel like it's the best place ever to date, but I also don't think it's, like, as bad as people say. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like, well, maybe you're just hanging out with the wrong people.
Yeah, like, I know, like, the dating pool is so big here. And I think a lot of people say that, like, that's what makes it bad, is because there's, like, so many options that people don't want to settle down.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah. What is your, like, with Hinge, like, how often do you go on it? Or, like, do you use it every day? Or, like, how does that work?
So I was on it for, like, 2 months maybe, and I don't, like, it's not something that I want to go on every day. Yeah. So I don't have, like, my notifications on or anything like that. I just kind of, like, when I'm feel like it, I'll go on, which is probably like, I don't know, it's not super often. I also like consciously, I'm like, I don't want to like think about that all the time, you know? So I don't use it very often, and I don't have notifications on or anything. So when I do go on, I can just like get caught up. But I probably go on like every other day or like every couple of days. I feel like it depends on like where I'm at. Like if I'm like, I really want to go on some dates, like let me meet people, I'll use it more. But yeah, so I was on it for a couple months, and then I deleted it because I took a dating hiatus for a couple months, and then I just recently re-downloaded it and have been using it again.
Yeah. So. How was your dating hiatus?
My dating hiatus was nice. It was good. Yeah. I like decided that I really just wanted to take some intentional time to decenter romantic relationships from my life and just like not think about somebody else and just be able to focus on myself. And I've been in a lot of long-term relationships, so I think my brain is like really programmed to think about another person. And so it was good. It was definitely like purposeful, and it was helpful to just like not have that element like be the forefront. So yeah, I'm glad I did it. It was really nice. I felt very peaceful.
Yeah, that's good. How do you like maintain your peace with like dating apps? Because like they can be so crazy, and like the messages from guys are crazy. Yeah,
that's true. I think like I just don't take it very seriously. I also like I have pretty high standards. Or at least I try to. So it's a double-edged sword, because like I think, for example, I think I've talked to you about it. Like I get icked out really easily. So like if I go on somebody's profile and like something so simple like their like leg posture is like icking me out, I'll like immediately say no.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, maybe that's bad. Maybe I should be more. Maybe they could redeem themselves. And have a great personality, or like not have awkward leg posture in person. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I think the key is just like not take it super seriously, and don't take the things that people say to heart. Just like let it be like a little boost of confidence when you need it. And I don't know, at the end of the day, like all these people are strangers. So like don't give them power over you, because they don't even know you. Or like all of the awesome things happening inside of your brain.
Online dating is hard, because like just looking at pictures and of someone, like you, even if you met that person like in person, like they could have a terrible online presence or be like have like the lamest prompts. So that is always hard.
I also think I think with online dating specifically too, it's kind of like helpful, because I start to realize like themes of people that I say no to versus people that I say yes to. And then I kind of try to I kind of try to counteract it. Like I'm like, maybe I need to be more open-minded. Maybe I should say yes to some people that like I would normally just like off my gut be like, no, I don't know.
What do you think are like, okay, so with Hinge, you can like slide into someone's DM. So like you can send them a like. You can just send a like, right?
Yeah, you can send a like or a rose.
But what about when they message you? They can like respond to one of your pictures.
Yeah, so like when you get a like, it says that you matched. Like it says like so and so liked you. If they like you back, then you match, because it's mutual.
And then they can say
it says like you can start a message.
Okay, so like because you were doing like a little roundup on your close friends about like crazy messages you got. So you can only send messages to people if you match?
No. Well, so the roundup that I was doing on my close friends was messages that people have sent to me prior to matching.
Okay.
Which,
so you can message.
So those were not people I matched with.
So you can like slide into someone's DMs, like to slide into someone's Hinge without like them. So
without it being mutual.
Okay. So that's how you can like initiate a conversation. Like they could respond to one of your pictures or respond to one of your prompts.
Yes, because it's set up so you can either go in and just look at people like on your feed, like your For You, and like people or X people or whatever based on that. Or if you have people that have liked you, you can go in and go through the people that have already liked you and decide if you want to like them back.
Okay. So let's, for the guys listening to Lit Hein, our male Hainiacs out there, my friend came up with Hainiacs.
That's good.
And I keep forgetting to use it. I'm like, it's so funny. So for the male Hainiacs, what are some like intros that work for you and what are some that do not?
I mean, I've gotten some weird I mean, I think anybody on dating apps has gotten like just some weird messages.
Guys, just don't be weird. How about that?
Yeah, don't
like,
be
just
weird.
Be normal.
I think there's like a fine line between like trying too hard or like trying too hard to be funny. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty uncreative with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And then I see like if they're cool from there. But I don't know. Like, I think if you can respond to like one of my prompts in like a clever way that's like funny, that can help.
Yeah.
But also people men specifically tend to just like respond the same things over and over. Like for a really long time, one of my prompts was like I go crazy for, and then my answer was a fully developed frontal lobe.
That's funny.
And it wasn't to be like, oh, I want somebody old. It was just like, I want somebody like mature and like smart, you know?
Yeah.
And like all of these guys were like responding and being like almost there or like 5 years past that. Cause like they say 25 is when your frontal lobe develops. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Frontal lobe discourse has really grown some legs. And I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? And I have to like wonder its credibility.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, because well, like as in like, is it really when you're 25?
Yeah. Like this. Okay. I feel like I remember learning that in like a high school psych class or something, like 25. I've heard it before, but in the last year, people have been like saying it a lot or like using it almost as like a weapon against like someone or even like to help someone like, well, their frontal lobe's not developed. And it's like,
right.
what the fuck?
Like a younger person.
What are you even talking about?
Right. I mean, I'm 24, so technically, I turned 25 in a couple weeks, but
so I don't know. I just like, I know that there is truth to it, but I just feel like people have started to take it like really seriously lately, like as if it's like, you can't do anything until you're 25. And it kind of harkens back, then now I'm going off topic, but I don't care, to like age gap discourse, which like is something that really bothers me.
We should talk about it.
Oh, let's get into it. Like, and oh my God, I have so many opinions on age gap discourse because people are so fucking crazy about it. And like, so if it's, you know, a 21-year-old dating a 29-year-old, like people will freak out about that. And then they'll say, even if it's like a 23-year-old, something like, well, their frontal lobe's not developed. And I'm like, okay, so do you need to be 25 to date someone now?
Right.
It's just another way to like infantilize women, I feel like. And because it's usually like geared towards women or to absolve men of their like bad behaviors because like his frontal lobe isn't developed. And it's like,
that's a good point.
Just another way to like baby people, I guess. And like, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I think, like I said, like with my prompt, I mostly just wanted
I'm like, yeah, your prompt sucks.
I mostly just wanted like smart, like people like mature. I don't know. And also I just thought it was funny. But I think, I don't know. I mean, okay, age gap. I think like for me, sorry to the men listening, if you're a 30-year-old man, in my brain, you're a 25-year-old man.
100%. Like, especially in New York.
Yeah. And just like emotional intelligence. And that doesn't go for everybody. But from what I've experienced, a lot of men, their emotional intelligence is just behind women. Yeah. And like, that's fine. But I take that into account, you know? Like, and that's kind of, I think, also where like the frontal lobe thing came in. Like, I was like, yeah, I don't know. But honestly, I really don't see myself with somebody under the age of 25.
Yeah,
like
that's totally
because
fair.
of that reason, not necessarily because 25 is when your frontal lobe develops, but like emotional intelligence, I think.
And it's, you know, age does like life experience, you know, you want someone to have like lived a life. What is like the oldest that you would date?
Well, I've gone on a date with a 36-year-old.
Yeah.
And I think that was pushing it. I would say like 35 is probably. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't care that much. Like, I don't care if I'm like, oh, you're 36 or you're like, I don't know, maybe I'll meet a 40-year-old man. Yeah. And if you're cool and you like don't feel super old and we like really get along, then like I don't really care that much, you know? I'm not gonna not talk to somebody because they're like significantly older than me if I feel like we're like mentally on a similar wavelength, you know? Yeah,
I feel like with some people it's just not like that big of a deal.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that big of a deal to me.
Yeah.
Older. And I mean, even, yeah, I feel like I'm being unfair because even somebody younger, if they feel really mature, I also don't care that much. Yeah. I don't think I would date somebody under the age of 21 because, like,
yeah, that'd be crazy.
I can't, like, I'm not gonna watch you use your fake ID at a bar, but, like, yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, that makes, and there's just, I have like certain girlfriends that's just like they've always dated older, or like just certain people just are like more mature than others, and not in like they're better than, I don't know. And you like strike me as that type where there's some like, even with like certain celebrities, like this pissed me off. Remember when Billie Eilish was dating Jesse Rutherford or whatever, and everyone like canceled her, and also like, first of all, if anything, she was the victim. But, like, because she was 21 and he was 29, and people were, like, dragging her.
Yeah, but she also, like, is somebody who seems so much older than she is, you know? And, like, if mentally she feels like she's there with him, then, like, Papa, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
it's just, cares? Like, not... Because people are like, I couldn't imagine me at 21 dating a 29-year-old. And I'm like, well, okay, that's not you. Well, when you were 21, you didn't already win 6 Grammys and an Oscar. So like, true. I don't know. And also, like, with famous people, like, people that get famous young, like Billie Eilish at, like, 16 or 17, you are forced to age fast. Like, she doesn't get the, like, regular teenagehood that we got, and, like, like, she was, like, forced into adulthood. So it's like, yeah, you're going to date older, because who's she going to date? Some other, like, scrub 23-year-old?
Literally. Yeah, I totally agree. I don't know. No hate. I don't care about age.
No hate either. And the frontal lobe thing is really funny. Like, I also knew what you meant.
Yeah, it's like, it's funny. I don't know. I think I changed it actually because I was getting the same response from every single person was like, almost there, or like 5 years in, or like, and I was like, okay, like,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it felt creative to them, but to me, I was like, okay.
I know. It is funny when you like post something and like everyone has like the same exact joke. Like when I posted that I was in Toledo, Spain, the number of responses that I got, Ohio looks nice here. Like, I'm not kidding. I got like 10 of them. Yeah. People would be like, that's not the Toledo I know. I'm like, okay.
That's funny.
Okay, so what about pictures? Like, what are good pics versus bad pics for you guys?
Okay. This is gonna sound... Okay, for one thing, I personally, I don't know if I would put a picture with a girl.
Ooh,
what do you think about that? I mean, okay, for me, I don't really care that much. If there's a guy in his profile, and I think it depends. If it's a group picture and there's women in it, obviously not a big deal. But if it's just like him and a girl, like, that's kind of weird because you're like, who is that?
Yeah.
For example, I saw this one guy's profile. He was really cute, and he had these like photo booth pictures, and it looked like it was like a photo booth picture like you would take with like your partner, and it looked like he looked great in them, but it literally looked like he like took or like has pictures of him and his ex on his profile.
Oh my god, yeah.
Which I don't know, literally could have been his sister, but like if that's the case, that's weird, and that was enough for me to be like, no, you know.
I do like feel for guys in this department because men don't take pictures like women do.
No, that's fair. That's totally fair. So I would say, yeah, when it comes to like women in your pictures, if it's a group picture, totally fine. If it's just you and a girl and could be mistaken as romantic, maybe avoid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I feel like
is that fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Or like I've seen, or like, can't you put in a caption like me and my sister?
Right. LOL. Like me and my best friend.
Yeah. Oh my god. But beware the guy with a girl best friend.
Yeah.
Have you encountered any of those?
No, but I have a boy best friend, like my best friend David. So I kind of feel like I'm open to. I don't know. That doesn't freak me out.
Really?
Not really. I mean, yeah, I don't think so. Honestly, if anything, maybe a little bit of a green flag.
That's
like,
fair.
To know that like you're getting female thoughts in your life.
Yeah, I saw something once. There was like discourse around like guys with like girlfriends because so many women, including me, I guess, apparently, like don't want a guy to have like girlfriends because there's the trope of like, you know, you don't have to worry about her, or like the like my best friend's wedding, like that sort of thing, where it's like the one that got away. Yeah, like we were childhood best friends. Our parents always wanted us to date, but he's like my brother, like that sort of thing. But it is a green flag that men have like women in their life that they like respect and don't just like want to fuck.
Right. And I mean, okay, love a guy with sisters, like obviously that's ideal. Yeah. But I do think that a man with like female friends, I don't think that's honestly that's good to me. Yeah. Like I'm like, okay, that means that you're like not an insufferable, like.
Yeah. But you have to also beware of like the mixed gender friend groups, and like some women can be like really mean about like the new girlfriend of the group.
Yeah, that's fair.
Have you encountered that?
No, I haven't encountered that. I mean, I haven't encountered that. The mentality that I try to adopt is like, like, I remember I was talking to this one guy and I basically was like, listen, you can do whatever you want. And if like you decide that you want to be with somebody else, then like, that's fine, you know? Cause like, I would rather like let them do whatever they want. And if they decide that they don't want to be with me, like that's totally fine. Then try to like control who you hang out with and who you see and like who you're talking, like, I don't have the energy for that.
One of my friends is her boyfriend has, you know, like a big friend group, like guys and girls, whatever. And the girls have been like really mean to her. And the other day, one of them said, "Thanks for being such a good friend to our boy."
Ew.
About her boyfriend.
Okay, that's just mean. That's like mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think like you can tell an insecure girl. Like that is just like screaming insecurity. Yeah. You know? Yeah, in fact, the person who I was seeing, who I encouraged, like, basically we were casually dating. I was like, you can be with, like, do whatever you want, date around, like, see other people if you want to, whatever. And he was like, well, are you sure you want me to see other people? And I was like, honestly, yeah, because if you find somebody you like more than me, then that's fine. Like, then we're figuring it out now, you know?
It's insane.
I don't know.
But no, that's really cool. Like, I just really respect that.
That's what I mean, obviously easier said than done, but like, but I'm like, listen, if we're not exclusive and you want to date around, then like, please date around, because then if you find somebody that you'd rather be with, like, at least we know while we're dating around and not when we're like in a committed relationship in 5 years, you know?
Wait,
like,
so what's going on with that guy now? I feel like
nothing. That was a long time ago.
Damn. I feel like saying that to a guy would make them fall in love with you.
Yeah, I actually met him on Hinge, and he was
in love with you.
He told me that he loved me.
Okay. Listen, dude, this is some top tier dating advice, everyone.
No, but it was like, it was in a way that I was like, oh, I don't know you like that.
Okay,
like,
but
it was way too early on.
Well, if you want to make a man fold into
Tell him to sleep
fold like a sheet, what'd you say?
I literally was like, just date around, like, be with other people. Like, you should. And I was like, I'm going to, you know.
Ooh, okay. Do that, ladies. That will make that'll make a man fold.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not trying to like be exclusive with you right now. So, and I don't expect you to just like sit there and wait for me. So do your thing. And then, if you find someone you like more, then cool, we're figuring it out now.
Because that's like, it's not playing hard to get. It's like, it's kind of like a psychological, it's almost like reverse psychology.
That's fair. I don't think I really wasn't doing it for that. Like, I genuinely was just like, you should be with other people because, like, I'm probably gonna.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I know you did it, like, genuinely because you're, like, actually a mature person. But to all the crazies out there, like, this is good advice.
To all the crazies out there, tell them that you don't care about them and that you're gonna see other people.
I'm, like, a mouthpiece to the crazies, you know? I'm, like, pro, like, be crazy. And then tell me about it and come on Lit Hein. Okay, I love that so much. Oh my god, now I'm forgetting what I was going to ask you next because I was just so captivated by that piece of advice.
I don't even remember how we got there. We were talking about pictures.
Yeah. And then like girl friend groups and stuff. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I was always lucky. Jack has like a really big like high school friend group, but all those girls were great. Not that there were that many of them, but like because it was such a big group of guys, there was like, 20 guys and maybe like 5 girls. So when I started coming around, they were like, another girl.
Oh my god.
And they were great. And then guys with sisters can also go either way.
That's true. I haven't experienced this, but I've heard horror stories of like guys with sisters that get really protective. Like the Sex and the City episode where Samantha goes on a date with this guy and his sister is like, stay the fuck away from him. And like, and she like Samantha like really likes the guy. Yeah. And her sister is like evil. And then at one point, I think there was like some type of like physical altercation and the guy like protects his sister.
Yeah. Yeah. So, because
it's a good lesson.
A guy with sisters is nice because they're like housebroken a little bit. Like they have seen,
like they know what a tampon is. Like,
they like know that girls can be a little crazy and like physical and whatever. Mm-hmm. Like my dad has 3 older sisters, and I think that my dad is like has always kind of had like a more feminine, like,
right.
I don't know. But there are also some boys that have sisters, and the boys like the king of the house, like he's baby, like he's their baby, and the sisters are like, no girl will ever be enough, which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, as a sister who has a brother, like my brother has a girlfriend now, and I'm just like, what can I do to like make you happy?
So nice. Like, an ideal sister.
And yeah, Zoe and I talk about this all the time, because like Zoe's brother also has this girlfriend that's like amazing, and like Zoe's just like, how can we make her happy to like keep her around? Like,
yeah.
Oh my God, I was just on the phone with my brother before you came over, and he has an internship in Florida, and his girlfriend like loves Legos randomly. It's like kind of cute.
Here for it.
And he was on the phone. He's like, yeah, I picked up a Lego bouquet of flowers for her.
Oh, wait, I have that, and that's really cute.
I know. He's like, I figured I shouldn't get real flowers just because she's visiting. And I was like,
they'll last forever. And then they can build them together. That's really sweet.
He's like kind of romantic, and I like to think that it's because he has like a strong-willed older sister.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. I think like also men with sisters like know how to talk to women better.
Yeah.
And like tend to respect them more, because it's like, you know?
Totally.
The other thing I was going to say about pictures.
Oh, yes.
Is, okay, this sounds superficial, but if you're doing a group picture, you should not do it with your really attractive friends. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But like the worst is when you see a picture of a group of people, it's the first one, and you're like, oh, like that guy's so cute, but then it ends up not being him in the
Round up the uglies. Round up the uglies.
Purposely choose your ugly friends. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you see this reel? It was like it was like a photoshopped group picture of like Timothée Chalamet, Jacob Elordi, Paul Mescal, and Nosferatu, and a girl on a dating app being like, oh, which one is he? Like, yeah. I hope he's this one.
And he's Nosferatu, obviously.
And there's no I have like with guy friends done like little photo shoots with them.
Yeah.
So like if you're a guy, and also if you're a guy, you can always ask me if you're in New York. I will always like take pictures with you or take pictures of you. Like, yeah. I think there's no shame to like really, like if you really want to beef up because the dating apps are harder for men than women significantly. And like I sympathize with that a lot, because women just like naturally like take better pictures, have better pictures, are funnier, smarter, wittier, all of those things. So like girl profiles are just automatically going to be better. So girls get more likes, men don't get as much likes, and also women don't put themselves out there as much as men. Mm-hmm. Sorry during Pride Month. This is like the straightest conversation. We were talking and I was like, God, this is kind of like bad for Pride Month. I gotta have a gay on next episode.
Gotta weigh it out.
I know. But yeah, and this is for like heterosexual people only. Sorry to the gays. Oh God, where was I going with that? But yeah, it is harder for men to have like better profiles, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, that's true. I think I do feel like men have, maybe this is unfair, but I think men have more options. Like I think like,
yeah, that's true.
You know, like I feel like women have less options than men.
Ooh, like how so?
Well, for one thing, I think that women are just like more attractive than men.
Totally.
So that gives men the upper hand of like, you are going to go on this app and be able to choose from like more attractive people. Yeah.
And women don't care about looks as much as men do. Can I say that too?
I would agree. I mean, I think it depends, but like,
I think women are pickier on apps, but less picky in person.
Right.
And what like annoys me about like incel discourse is like, you know, like I'm an ugly guy and there's no one here for me. And I'm like, so many of my friends are dating ugly guys.
I'm not kidding. I seriously, I don't think I've ever met a couple where I'm like, oh, the guy is the hotter one.
That's just life. That's just how it, like, okay, women are more attractive than men, period.
Yeah.
I think of this Seinfeld quote all the time. Like George is like, so I was walking around naked the other day, and Elaine's like, walking around naked, like, ugh, that is not a good look for a man. Like the female body is a work of art.
Right.
Like the male body is utilitarian. It's for getting around. It's like a Jeep.
It's like a Jeep.
So women are more attractive, and also like women care about their appearance more. Like we put on makeup, we do our hair, we like dress nicely. In a heteronormative society, it is frowned upon for men to like do anything aesthetic besides, I don't even know. Like, get a haircut.
Yeah, I mean, maybe slightly different in New York. Like I think because there's like the art boy, you know what I mean? Like I think like the like art boy nose piercing tattoo man like exists a lot more here than it does probably in other cities. But I would agree like with the sentiment overall.
It is just like crazy that men just like wake up, take a shower, and that's what they look like.
No, literally.
Like for women, we put on makeup, we like tweeze our eyebrows, we do our hair, we dye our hair, we cut our hair, style our hair in different ways. Like,
yeah. And I will say though, like that is something like I think when I'm on a dating app, because obviously I'm like looking at their picture and reading their prompts and then making a judgment of like what I think or like if I think I would get along with them. I do appreciate a man that I can tell like has like rings or like thought about what he was going to wear that day or like, and sometimes it's a double-edged sword because you can get a guy that's like really obsessed with himself. Or just like very beautiful, but like nothing going on inside, you know? So, so I do feel more inclined, like when I can tell that a guy has, like, is thinking about those types of things, but I'm careful because I can also feel it out when there's a guy that I'm like, oh, I think he would be looking at the reflection of himself in my eyeballs when we're sitting across from each other, you know?
Literally.
Like, so I don't know. I
also wish that toupees were normalized.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So, like, if women had male pattern baldness, like, if women just got bald and, like, how men do, toupees would be so normal. Like, women already, like, get hair extensions and little hair pieces all the time because, like, our beauty is so much linked to hair. Whereas men just accept their baldness. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. My friend is dating a bald guy who's, like, very attractive. Like, shout out Max. Like, I will find a way to bring up my friend's boyfriend on every I love him. And like, so, but he just kind of leaned into it. But he also has like an amazing personality and a beard and is like really tall. So like, there's that. So he can work with it. But other guy, like, I'm going to bring up Seinfeld again, but there's an episode of Seinfeld where George Costanza gets a toupee, and that's like the gag of the episode, but he looks good.
Well, okay, when you said that initially off the bat, I think about it as men struggle with hair loss, women struggle with hair growth. Like, like we do all the shaving, all the waxing, all the plucking, and I honestly think it's the same thing, just on two opposite ends of the spectrum. And it does go to say that, like, women take all of these, like, painful and annoying steps to like remove hair, but when men are like losing hair, they just like can shave their head and fucking go with it, which is a societal thing.
And then some men like don't too, like they just let the like hairline recede more and more, so which I'm also like, just fucking shave it at
like
that
just
point.
Go to Turkey and like get a toupee.
Like that's why like I wish that we lived in a society more where like men, it was acceptable for men to like actually care about their aesthetics besides like what they wear or accessorizing. Like, go to Turkey, get a hair transplant, or like there's so many cool things to do. Or even like toupees always get a bad rap from like the 90s, but like there's so many good ones. Or like wig glue, like it would look good. And I would think it's like cool if a guy did that, and a guy like recognized within himself that like he could look better if he did something and saw an opportunity to improve himself.
Yeah, I agree. I appreciate a man that like puts in a little bit of effort. Like I would much rather be with somebody that like thinks about their outfit than somebody who just like rolls out of bed, takes a shower, and like wears the same t-shirt that they've had since they were 12.
Totally.
Like,
yeah. Okay, so back on dating. So I want to talk about like wedding plus ones.
Okay.
And what your thoughts are on that, and just like how society like we're programmed to like prioritize relationships. Like, have you felt like burned by that at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think being single, something I struggle with is that how much pressure society puts on women to like be in a relationship or be seeking out a relationship, which is part of what fueled my dating hiatus. Like I was like, okay, fuck that. I want to just like focus on myself and learn how to, you know, feel secure outside of a romantic relationship. And it sucks because like I think it's really hard to do that, and I think it takes a lot of intention. And I also think, from one of my best friends has been single for a really long time, and she tells me all the time, she's like, when you get to a point where you've been alone for long enough, like your expectations are so high that you get to a point where nobody ever like feels worth it to like go for, you know. So yes, and I think with wedding plus ones, especially, like, you're surrounded by couples, and it can feel very like isolating.
So there's been a lot of chatter in the last few years about like wedding plus ones, and like I'm not meeting someone for the first time at my wedding, and that like went around for a while, like not like no ring no bring, or like not bringing someone, like not giving everyone a plus one because like it's expensive. But I've also seen recently, like what you're saying is like, even if it's like your best friend and like or like one of your good friends, just like making someone show up alone is kind of harsh.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like I think it's a societal thing, and I think that, like, yeah, I mean, I'm like, well, why does this girl get to bring her like random boyfriend that you're not even friends with? And then like I have to go alone because I am single and I'm not in like a romantic thing. I do think, obviously, yes, it's expensive to have plus ones, and that's a factor too, but I would love to think that there could be like a progressive wedding where it's like everybody gets a plus one, or nobody gets a plus one. Like, or like it's the case. I think if I were to be getting married, I'm not, but like I feel like I would invite people whose partners I'm directly friends with. But if you're in a relationship and I don't know your partner or I'm not friends with them, I don't like. Tough luck.
I know. Yeah, I think that's what people like. You don't want to, give someone a plus one if they've only been dating for like 6 months, or like if they just started dating. But it's also like, I don't know. It's definitely, and then it's weird to have to go like case by case. Like if you're doing like a 250 person wedding, and for everyone that's like not married, I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think the best way to do it is to go case by case, because even if there's somebody that has been dating for like 6 years, whatever, if you're not friends with them, I don't think that they have to be invited.
Whoa, that's kind of tea.
I don't know. Like I'm just my other best friend and I talk about this all the time, because she has people where she's like, I don't really like their partner. Like I don't want their partner to come. I'm not even friends with their partner. And I'm like, then don't invite, like, like, I'm like, I think it should either be like you're only inviting people that you're close with, that like, whether or not they're in a partnership or not, or you let everybody bring a plus one. And there should be no in between.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely a hot take. And here on Lit
That's my Subway take.
That is a great Subway take.
Thank you.
Because
patented.
That's a hot take. But here on Literally Heinous, like we celebrate hot takes. Like we love that here. I mean, it's interesting because, like, I think about, like, Jack gets invited to every wedding that I'm invited to, like, even if he's not really friends with them, too. And if he didn't get invited, I wouldn't care. Like, this wedding I went to last year, he did get invited, even though, like, my friend, like, knows him, of course. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was crazy. But he didn't go because we don't go to all of each other's friends' weddings. And I think that is my, like, hot relationship take, maybe. It's, like, when you are dating someone, do not set the precedent of going to every single wedding with each other.
I agree. I totally agree. I mean, my sister is going through the same thing. Like, she has a bunch of weddings, and there's some that, like, she's not friends with the person. And we talked about it, and I'm like, don't go. You don't have to go just because your partner is going, you know? Like, I think that should also be normalized. I think it should be so normalized to just like be your own person, but also in a relationship if you want to be, you know, like.
Yeah, I like set that precedent with Jack a few years ago. It's like, because if it's like with his massive high school friend group, I'm like, first of all, you don't need me there. You have like a million friends there. You guys are going to stay up till 6 a.m. drinking. Like, I don't really want to go. And then, I also, like, when I was in a wedding, like, I was a bridesmaid, so I just told him, I was like, don't come, And then there was a wedding I went to this year where I really wanted him to come. And, like, I asked him to come, and he did come. So, like, I don't know. I guess in relationships, like, play your cards wisely. I guess, like, if it was important to me, I would go. And it's same if he was like, I really wanted to go, like, I would do it.
I think the other thing that, like, my sister and I were talking about in this case is, like, she's like, well, what will people think if he goes and I'm not there? Bitch. Like, are people going to think that we're broken up? And I'm like, no. Like, but that's not, and that is no shade to her. Like, I think that that's a societal thing. Like, if you're at a wedding without your partner, are you guys even together? Like, what's the world going to think? And it's like, the world should think, oh, cool. Like, these are two separate people that have their own lives. That, like,
It's so dangerous to, like marry literally and metaphorically yourself to someone else, because it's like you don't want to set that precedent, and maybe people asked, or maybe people thought something, But I'm like, I don't care. And then when I was at the wedding that he didn't go to, like, yeah, I mean, people were asking where he was. And I do the same thing for, like, family stuff, too. Like, at my grandma's, like, celebration of life in Kentucky, I mean, I was there for, like, a week. There was stuff, you know, we were doing stuff all week. And I just told him not to come because I'm like, yeah, you don't really need to be here. Like, I'm going to be busy. Like, don't come to Kentucky for, like, a week. And, like, people asked about it, but I'm like, that's just not, like, how we roll.
Yeah, that's so fair. I love that. I think that should be normalized.
I know. And I also, like, we don't, on the weekends, we do our own stuff, like, the majority of the time. Yeah. And then I have some friends that I realize have, like, never met Jack. Like, I have one friend that's, like, convinced, like, he's made up.
But that's so much better than, like, being the girl who brings your boyfriend everywhere. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry. If we're, like, going on if there is an event where it's women only, your boyfriend doesn't have to come.
Dude, that would
There's no reason for your boyfriend to come.
Jack and I will always, like, be like, is it girls only?
Yeah.
Or, like,
is it so cool. Like, that's how it should be. Because also, no shade to your boyfriend, but it just changes the vibe.
Totally.
You know?
I hate when people bring, like, their deadbeat boyfriend around.
Yeah, deadbeat boyfriend is a different case. Oh we like Jack, so he's invited.
Yeah, Jack is great. You know, Jack is... and it's like also he doesn't want to be in an environment with like just girls.
Exactly.
And I definitely don't want to be around just boys.
I think it happens more so in newer relationships where like the girl brings her boyfriend everywhere or vice versa. Yeah, I think you and Jack are past that, obviously. But like, but just like, I think when you're in the honeymoon phase and you want to do everything together, that's like especially.
So so honeymoon phase, when a friend gets in a relationship and they're like obsessed with their partner ditching you all the time, how long do you give them before you start acting out?
I think it's dependent on what the friend's situation, because like if this is like a thing that happens constantly and they're like going through a lot of honeymoon phases, they get less time. But if they haven't been in a relationship for a really long time and then they're like finally with somebody and they're really excited about them, then fine, you get a couple months, whatever. Yeah. I don't know.
Do you how do you feel about getting advice from your friends that are in relationships about dating?
That's a good question.
I feel like you don't ask for advice though also.
I mean, it depends. I'll ask for advice. I talk to my sister a lot and like she's in a long-term relationship. Yeah. I think it depends. I think I go to different people for different things. Like I think my sister, I go to her when I'm like looking for really sound advice. Like if I'm like, I need to just like run this by somebody and them to tell me if it's like normal. Yeah. But then I have like fun single friends who I go to for like what's happening on the streets advice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't think I purposely wouldn't ask somebody advice about dating who's in a relationship. Like, I don't think that really matters to me very much.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I want to transition to a segment on Literally Heinous called Chic or Freak. This is a game that we play with our guests, so I'm going to ask various questions about dating, and you're going to tell me if it's chic or freak, and then I'll also give my opinion too.
Okay. Can I elaborate after I say
Yes, you can elaborate. Okay. Chic or freak audio prompts on Hinge?
This is hard. I think it's so dependent upon the topic. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna give initial answer and then explain. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna say freak. Initial response. But I think it's case by case dependent. I think, for example, if you have a really hot voice, go for it. If that could help your case, more power to you. Like, but the people that do, I don't know, like I've had a lot of like, there's one like how to pronounce your name and people do it a lot for that. And like that, I just think is kind of stupid. Like people will be like, it'll be like, my name's Ben. And then it'll be a voice prompt and the person goes on and they're like, Ben. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
But so if it's like freak. A funny impression.
If it's a funny impression, I don't know. I think the voice prompts are more susceptible to the ick. Okay. So you have to be careful.
Okay. Chic or freak, like funny, like reviews from my mom, or like, have you seen this like kind of PowerPoint style or like, what do you think of that? Like non-traditional Hinge profiles.
I'm here for a non-traditional Hinge profile. I think chic because it shows that you can think outside the box, and defy the norm, which is important, as we've discussed. Yeah. But I think if If you're like doing too much though, that's also a fine line. Like you don't want to be with somebody who you can tell like has spent hours on their profile.
One of me and Jack's like best friend, this guy Wes, he has, I'm sorry Wes, I'm gonna air your dirty laundry, but it's only because I love you. He like had not had a girlfriend in a really, 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 really long time, like maybe ever. Sorry Wes, best guy in the world. And like, he recently, like I guess he came to town like a year ago. And he made this like kind of goofy PowerPoint on himself.
Okay.
And it was so funny and just like so sweet and endearing, like stats about him, but they were like goofy stats about like video games or whatever. And then like reviews from his friends, but they were all like funny and sarcastic. Like I gave a review and it was like Wes seems cool, and he included it in there. And his Hinge like blew up after that. And now he's in like a serious relationship with this girl. And it's amazing. And like I called it the Wessaissance because like after that he was like getting like all this attention. And I think that like if you do like a non-traditional profile, or if you do something goofy, like definitely commit, and like you can tell if it's authentic or not.
Yeah, I agree. I also, as you were saying that, thought about a case where this guy had a voice prompt of his grandma giving a review of him, and it was actually really funny. So voice prompts can work. They can work.
Yeah, I think they can too.
In a similar way. Like
it has to be like authentic to your true spirit.
And funny.
Yeah. Okay, chic or freak dinner as first date?
Freak. I don't want to eat a meal with you on the first date. I think like for women, there's just like, do I have food in my teeth? Is this like gonna get all over my face? I don't know. I just think that's like too much to like try to focus on getting to know somebody and consuming a meal.
It's a lot because it's like, you know, you have a full beat, you've got lipstick on, maybe lip gloss, like you're wearing something nice. It's like, okay, do you do something safe like a salad? But then you're the girl that gets a salad on a first date. And like some guys are like, I hate you. That's kind of like 2000s, but like,
no, that's fair.
You know, some guys would be like, girls that get salad, like give me a girl that gets steak and is 95 pounds, you know?
Yeah. I mean, okay, if I had to go to a first date dinner, I would get like fork food, like any food you can eat with a fork. Like I wouldn't want to get like a burger or like a sandwich or something like that. Yeah, like, that's like too much.
So what do you do for your first dates?
I think like drinks is like the go-to. I mean, it depends. Like sometimes you could do like a park sit or like a coffee or like a walk. I don't know.
Okay, chic or freak if a guy picks like a cheap place or somewhere with like really obvious happy hour deals?
I mean, I guess freak. I don't know.
That's a hard one. Sorry, I shouldn't have put this in this chic or freak category. Because I'm also thinking from the guy's perspective, like
I get it.
Get expensive.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you want to get drinks, you know, New York cocktail place, like if you were to go to like Palmetto at like a date time, like 7 or 8, like drinks are going to be like $15 each.
Right. Yeah. I think that's fair. I mean, I also am not somebody that I'm like, if you don't pay for me on the first date, like you're out. Like I am not. Yeah. I feel, I mean, I always offer, obviously, and like I'm fine with paying because it's like I make money and I support myself, so why do you have to, like, I think that's just my pride. Like I'm also like, well, I can afford that.
Yeah, that is progressive of you.
Okay, but I have done it, and it's like I've fucked myself over. Like one time I went to dinner with this guy and I was like, well, I can pay, let me pay, and it was like $100, and I was like, I like left and was like, why did I do that?
He let you pay?
Yeah, he let me pay, but I was like, no, like, let me pay, it's fine, it's completely fine. And because I was like, you're just because you're the man doesn't mean that you have to pay. Like, I make money, I can support us.
What do you think Julia Fox would do in that situation?
She would fucking pay.
No, she would not.
Yeah, she would.
I don't think she would.
Really?
Let's ask God.
Or she'd split.
No, Julia Fox would never split the bill.
She'd like buy me a meal.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I'm a Julia Fox historian.
Yeah, you are. You are. That's why I'm like that. I'm not gonna fight with you. That's fair.
I think that too. I was like re-listening. I like to listen to old episodes of her podcast, like before she blew up, just to like see. I don't know what. And yeah, she would never.
Yeah, I mean, okay. My rule of thumb that I've been following lately is like, I'll switch off drinks. So like if we get a round of drinks, he wants to pay, he can pay. The next round of drinks, I'll be like, oh, this one's on me. Like I try to keep it pretty even.
Yeah.
But mostly just because I'm like, obviously, yes, like go on dates, get free shit. That's like a plus. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, yeah, I think it's a pride thing. Like, I'm like, I don't need, like, you don't need to, like, take care of me. Like, I have a job, I have income. Like,
I feel like I'd feel the same and just, like, kind of uncomfortable to just be, like, paid for all the time.
Right. I don't know. I guess I go back and forth.
It definitely is, like, that's, like, a dating, like, hot topic. Like, morally gray area.
Yeah.
Okay. Chic or freak, Instagram handle in bios.
Oh, yeah. This is a good one. Okay. My initial response is freak.
Yeah.
But there's so many like pluses to having to being able to like see their Instagram before you meet them. Yeah. Because then if you go on their Instagram and you can tell, I mean, first of all, an Instagram profile is going to tell you a lot more about a person than your dating profile, I think. Yeah. Because it's like who you're presenting to the greater like world rather than just like people that you want to think are hot, you know? So there's a lot of pluses. You can like obviously weed them out based on their social media. You can also see mutuals, which is nice. But overall, I do think it's kind of a red flag to like have your Instagram and your Hinge like right off the bat.
Because it seems like kind of like clout chasey.
Kind of, and just like yeah, and like, do you want people to like be able to find you that easy? Like, do you want to be that? I kind of feel like part of Hinge is like you don't have your last name, so you actually like, can't really find people, unless they have like their last name somewhere in their profile, like in a picture or something. And that's kind of part of the like beauty of it is like you have to like meet and then see if you like each other, and then if you can and you continue to see each other, then you eventually like find their social media, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I am fine. I feel like I would be fine with it. But it's one of those things. I do think it's weird when a guy does it.
I will say another plus of it is if you see somebody's profile, like, for example, the rose. Yeah. The rose. That, like, is, like, super, like, and it like, reserves the people that you think would be a good match for that, and then it tries to get you to pay for it. So if you have your Instagram in there, somebody could just go and follow you and find you from that, rather than having to, like, go through Hinge. So that's another plus.
Wait, hold on.
Does that make sense?
Explain all of that again?
Okay, so the rose is like this special section on Hinge that's reserved for like the super like, and it takes people that the algorithm thinks that you'll find attractive and like get along with and puts them there, and it gives you like a free rose like every, I don't know how often, but you'll get a free rose every once in a while to be able to send people, and it's like super liking them. But if you don't have a rose, you can't like them. You have to like pay for it. It's like basically a way for them to get you to subscribe to the app.
Have you given someone a rose?
No.
That would be freak.
That would be yeah.
Okay.
I'm also like, I'm not paying. Like, there's not a chance in hell that I'm gonna pay for this.
So chic or freak if a guy gives you a rose?
I would say it's chic. I mean, I don't really care. It gives you a free one every now and again, so you might as well use it. Kind of chic. I don't know.
But
I guess it depends.
If you gave a rose, would chic or freak?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's fine. I actually think it's chic. I think it's fine. I think it's fine because you get a free one every now and again, so why not use it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it is weird. It is kind of weird.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my other question. And I don't want to like... So, I don't even want to put this in the chic or freak category, but dating someone that's sober... I feel like how would you go about that? Because I feel like drinking is so integral to dating.
Yeah. I think that's fine. I don't like, I mean, okay. I think as long as they're sober and can go out and be in social environments and like still be fun.
Yeah.
Then that doesn't bother me. I don't have to like if I'm drinking and the person that I'm on a date with isn't drinking, that doesn't bother me as long as they can like match my energy and like still be fun.
Yeah.
But also I don't know if I would drink and the person I was on the date with, if the person I was on the date with wasn't drinking, like maybe I wouldn't drink just to be kind.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't even, a lot of times people that are sober like would want you to do what you would normally do instead of like accommodating them.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, and like if you get further into the night and then they're like, well, did they just say that because they were drunk, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and then you know that you're not drunk because you're not drinking, you know?
Yeah, or like, I don't know, or it kind of feels like a disadvantage almost, like I was having fun and getting silly, but like you were like, did I seem crazy to you?
Yeah, that's fair. But that's also also why I think it's so important, like, if they're not drinking, but they're still fun and, like, seeming like they're having a good time, then that wouldn't bother me. I really heavily respect people that are sober. Like, I feel like it takes so much mental power and, like, if you're sober, you probably have a fully developed frontal lobe.
Yeah.
Circling back
to the frontal lobe. Okay, chic or freak someone with, like, a lot of, like, social media presence?
I think it depends, like, what, like, are they on social media because they just, like, really love themselves and, like...
Yeah. Okay, let me present you with a few options.
Yeah.
What about,
I need case-by-case scenarios.
Okay, what about, like, a funny guy? Like, a guy that does, like, reels, sketches...
I think chic. As long as they're actually funny.
Yeah. I have a friend, I need to have her on, but she, like, dates so many comedians.
Oh, really?
But, like, reels comedians almost. And, like, they're, like, in sketch groups.
Yeah.
So, like, these reels that we see online, and it's, like, a bunch of people, like, it's all, like, really thought out. Like, they're in, like, sketch groups together. So this guy she dated for a little bit was in this, like, sketch group with, like, 5 other people, and they would just, like, make different reels and, like, cast each other and, like, film them.
Interesting.
It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't hate the game, of course. Like, I get it. Like, this is, like, this is media.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Actually, this is funny because I was supposed to go on a date with a comedian and I decided not to.
Really?
Yeah, but also I ultimately decided that I didn't think he was that funny, and he was older. He was, like, older than me, and I don't know. I thought it would be weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a gamble because, like, comedians, it can be so cringe if, like, you don't think they're funny.
Right. That's why I'm like, I think it's fine if they have a heavy online influence because they're, like, a comedian, but they have to be funny. Yeah. To you, at least.
Yeah.
You
know? What about one of the, like a New York kind of, like, socialite guy, like, party guy that just, like, has a lot of followers?
I mean, right off the bat, I want to say freak, but yeah, I mean, I guess it depends if they're, like, actually cool. I don't know. Yeah. But also, I kind of feel like if you, this is, like, another, like, sub-genre, but I think if you're a man that lives online really heavily, then you're probably just looking for an internet girlfriend. Yeah. And not, like, a real girlfriend. Yeah. Whereas, like, you want to text all the time. You want to be able to tell somebody what you're doing. Yeah. But you don't actually want to, like, commit to a relationship and, like, do all of that work.
Yeah. So you are a creative person. Like, you are a writer and, like, you are, like, a really deep thinker and everything. Like, do you want to date a guy that's, like, also creative and, like, brooding? Can I call you brooding? Is that offensive? That's kind of the word that comes to me.
That's fair. Yeah, I think I do. I think I want to, I want to date somebody that is, like, on my wavelength when it comes to creativity. I think, you're going to be able to have such better conversation. And, like, creativity is so important. I don't know. I don't want to be with somebody that's, like, wears a white t-shirt and, like, gym shorts every day, you know?
For sure.
But it is a fine line because creative men probably have trauma and are probably... Yeah. Those are probably a red flag.
Like, this is really sexist of me to say, and I'm just going to say it anyways, because on Literally Heinous, we support all viewpoints, even if they're problematic. Yes. I just think that, like, in heterosexual relationships, like, women should be allowed to, like, crash out, like, get depressed and anxious and, like, Sylvia Plath and, like, brooding and wither away. Like, men need to be, like, even keel. Okay. What do you think of that?
I disagree. Okay. But I think on a spectrum, yes, women should be given a lot more chances for that. Like, obviously, we PMS, we go through like, there's a lot happening in our bodies. Whereas men don't have that. But I do think, like, I would much rather be with an emotional man than, like, one that, like, watches basketball and, like, wears, you know, on clouds. Yeah. And, like, works in finance. Like, yeah.
Oh my God. I know.
But also, it's, like, most of the men that, like, have creative sides are the ones that, like, are problematic. Yeah. So how do you find the in between?
No, I know it's a tough choice.
It's a tough choice.
Okay. Well, anything else to add? Did we cover everything?
I think so. I mean, mostly just, like, if you're single, don't be ashamed and don't settle for somebody who isn't giving you what you want. and fuck societal standards.
Yeah.
Be single for as long as you want. And if you don't ever want to get married, don't get married.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I've been seeing a lot of that recently. Like, be as choosy as possible. Like, don't settle just because you feel like you have to.
Yeah, I think, like, in the era that I'm in right now, I've just, like, really realized how much romantic relationships are at the forefront of people's minds. And I wish so badly that people prioritize their friendships and their family and, like, all of these other opportunities for love that are there, you know?
How do you feel like it's at the forefront of everything?
Like, just like weddings and actually like what we talked about with celebrating big life events. Like, people celebrate baby showers, bridal showers. People don't really celebrate like getting a job promotion or like publishing a book, like in the same way, you know what I mean? Like, there's a whole societal structure for a baby shower and a wedding, but there's no societal structure for like any other win in life. You know?
I feel like as like we should be celebrating, like, the onus of like celebrating the personal wins, it's on everyone. Like, if you get a job promotion or a new job or something, like, you should like celebrate that and like make it like a big deal. Like, don't dumb yourself down. And then as your friends, or like especially friends that are in long-term relationships or friends that are like married or engaged, like, really, I always like want to like look out for my single friends and like I don't want to sound like I'm like condescending or whatever, but like to recognize those wins and like a huge job promotion or like moving to a new city or just like even like their birthdays and stuff, like showing out for them, because like if you're getting engaged, like, oh my god, so exciting, but like these people are also like doing these really incredible things all by themselves. So like as a person that's celebrating something, like do a dinner. Like, I feel like it'd be so cool if you just like had a whole celebratory dinner, or like, you know, make a party full. Like, I had a friend that did that, and he like, it was like he finally became like employed because he was unemployed for 6 months and literally threw an entire party for it.
I love that.
I was I'm so here for that. Yeah, so here for that. And I think we should all be celebrating that more. I mean, obviously no one's buying a house because we live in New York and houses are really expensive.
Houses don't exist.
But like housewarming parties and job stuff.
Exactly. And like, like people should have, I don't know, like new life chapter showers.
Yeah. Like when we start buying when someone buys a house, like, I will be there. Like, that's a huge deal, especially doing it by yourself.
100%. And maybe, like, I will say, maybe that's why people feel more comfortable celebrating life events when it's involved with somebody else. It feels less like narcissistic or like, I don't know. So there is that to consider, but overall, I agree with the sentiment.
I think people are so afraid of being narcissistic about like, celebrate me, you know, but it's like, you should be, because you should celebrate that. And like, people like when other people do it because it just like creates a new precedent to like encourage other people to do it.
And if you have like good friends and you put the time and energy into friendships, like your friends are going to do that for you.
Oh my god,
without you having to even ask, you know.
Yay.
Which is great.
Thank you so much. You have anything else you want to promote on Lit Hein? I will link your Substack and your Instagram.
No, that's really it. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Was fun.
Okay, yay.